Yo, yo, yo. What up, guys? What up? What up? Okay, so we just actually passed our funded, which is actually crazy. All right, so as you can see right here, we actually passed here. So from yesterday, we had a 4.2K profit here. And then from the day before, we had around 4,000. But anyway, so we were left with around like $700 left just to pass. So I had to just take some little trade today. So let's go ahead and go over that trade I did take. So we just had this 1-on-1 risk reward. All I wanted was a 1-on-1. Okay, of course, like if I wasn't going for a 1-on-1 to pass, I would target this high and these highs up here. Okay, but really quick, let me go ahead and run this down. So basically, for our bias for the day, let's go on E-mini Nasdaq. I hopped on in the morning. I went on the 1 hour time frame. I looked. Okay, cool. So what do we have? What do we have we could highlight? So not only we have these fair value gaps way down here we could possibly go to, but we actually had these nice relative equal lows. Actually, right around when market opened, we actually swept these. Okay, and then I was also looking during pre-market to have these get swept out, which it actually did pre-market. So I did that, and I was looking back. I was like, what zone are we in? Like right here, I feel like we have to be in somewhere pretty nicely. Not only we're almost inside this fair value gap, right? We had this fair value gap, and as well, I was looking, okay, is there a new week opening gap that was in this range from like a little while ago? Well, there was one here. So if I look here, I highlighted that to this, and I went ahead and just brought this over here. So we know, okay, now we have a bullish, structure here where price is likely to go to actually bounce off to possibly get a reversal. Okay, so what did I do after that? I went down the 1 minute. So I looked here. So we swept that liquidity. I said earlier, okay, where's price likely to go? Well, we're inside our two zones here. Actually, in the morning, right when market opened, we were really bearish. So we did actually sweep out like liquidity. We were really bearish. We came up and I thought we're inversing a fair value gap. But when there's a lot of fair value gaps like this, I like to scale up to a higher time frame. So it's just one fair value gap. So there's still one here. But if we go on the 5 minute, there is just one fair value gap. So I highlighted this area. I wanted to see how price reacted to. So normally for an inversion, I would like to see a market structure shift, which we didn't even have that on the 5 minute either. I like to see maybe like a little bounce up, which breaking market structure shift while inversing this gap, but I didn't see that. So I knew it wasn't going to be a trade. I was like, okay, we'll just see how it reacts to this 5 minute inversion, or sorry, not inversion. It's not inversed yet. A fair value gap, so normal fair value gap. So this bearish fair value gap on the 5 minute time frame, we had nice big candle rejecting. Okay, so I was like, okay, cool. So we're likely to probably sweep out this liquidity here, this one first, before we kind of continue upward. So what I was looking for, waiting for that liquidity to get swept, which that one didn't. Boom, this candle did it, swept this low here and this low on the lower time frame. So basically lower time frame liquidity was what I was looking for. And now in the process of that liquidity, look at, not only we're inside this 1 hour fair value gap, but look at, we have this nice 1 minute candle. And then we also have this nice little pullback right here. Okay, what was I looking for? Well, if we go ahead and see, I was looking just for a break, right? Okay, cool. So we actually had our CISD here. Okay. Boom, just like that. Okay, change in state of delivery, if you guys don't know what that is. So we actually had that. Okay. And then basically what I was looking for, I actually was going to wait for a retest after the break of this IFVG. So basically, I had my stops down around here, lower, yeah, around here at this body, and then around that. I think that was my trade. Actually, yeah, if I go around the 2 minute time frame, yeah, it was more like closer to this body, and it was closer down here, almost at these highs. Yeah, this is where it was. Okay, so what I waited for here is just a pullback here, which actually did put us in here to our trade. So if we look here, nice, it actually did have us buy right here. So right around here at this retest of the IFVG, we actually retested it. Again, we have bullish confluences, right, with a sweep of liquidity inside a fair value gap. This is an A+ setup. What I was looking for was just to this high. Okay, here we actually had this fair value gap, which is the 15 minute fair value gap right here. So I just entered, I waited, Okay, cool. Little pullback, a little bit of drawdown, not too bad. Boom, right there. I saw 101. Okay, I'm out because I passed this account. I was like, okay, see, I passed this account, 159K. I was like, done. I was like, okay, you know what? I passed. There's no reason to enter this trade if I already passed and risk a little bit of capital. So I actually close it out there. If I wasn't close to actually like hitting this, I would have actually scaled up and hit, like take a partial here. So right here, I would have took a partial. We'll just say right here, I sold one at this high. And then I kind of just put my stops, break even here, and then just let this keep playing out. Boom, targeting these highs up here. So we did have this little order block here, which is could be another partial, or I just want to see how it would have reacted. So price went through it. Look at this, hit our highs, boom. And this right here would have been like a 1 of 3. 1 of 3 RR. And this is literally my strategy. I'm going to show you guys something really secretive. Okay, so I just started take A+ setups and put them just in here alone. A+ setups, and literally it's been hitting. Look at this, 1 of 3 risk reward, 1 of 1, 1 of 4. This is crazy stuff here, as you can see. Boom, pretty crazy. Basically like an A+ setup right there. You got that 1 hour fair value gap tapped into, as well as sweeping out that lower time liquidity. We had the change in state of delivery, followed by a retest of the inversion. Boom, easy trade. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you guys want more of this stuff, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and comment down below. All right, with that being said, guys, trade on. Peace out.